This is Hachseik Musar Yomi, the Bais HaLevi on Bitachon, day number 4. We pick it up on Ois Zayin. Teaches us today the Bais HaLevi, as we're going to see how over Hishtadlus, that, or maybe even base level, but some levels of Hishtadlus could be detrimental. Says the Bais HaLevi. Not only does Hishtadlus not help, sometimes it does the opposite. Everyone sees with their clearly that many times they'll die. Not only the Shtadlus didn't do anything, we see with our own eyes. It was bad. And he sees that exertion, working hard and trying so hard, ended up negative. As the pasuk in Yeshaya says, they hatch these adder's egg, and they weave spiders' webs. The eat of their eggs will die, and the eggs are crushed. A viper is hatched. Dima. What do we see? What is ishtadlus? Says the Bais HaLevi, one collects eggs to eat. And he heats them. And he wants the egg to hatch, the chicken to emerge, so that he can eat it. And afterwards, what happens after all his toil? She was an egg from a snake, therefore a viper, and a snake comes out and he kills him. So all his ishtadlos, he's trying so hard, and he's buying these eggs, and he's eating these eggs, and what happens? What comes out of all his ishtadlos? Boom! The item that kills him, of course, would have been that much better if he didn't do anything. Hashem traps those with their own trickery. With their own shrewdness. One thinks, oh, I'm going to cut this corner. I'm going to figure out the way to do this. Says HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that very effort, that will be the trap. That will be his downfall. As the story with the servants of Shlomo HaMelech shows us, there was the decree upon the Avadim of Shlomo HaMelech that they should die at the gate of Luz. And Shlomo sent him there. He thinks he's sending his Avadim to do something, and he's sending them to their own death. So we see that there are times, and whether it's over a shtadlus or whether it's an appropriate shtadlus, teaches the Bais HaLevi that what could happen, that it could be the very detail that causes the downfall. And similarly with regard to refuah, mamish, very often. We see the raife, you're going to the doctor, you're doing the ishtadlus, and that is itself that which errs in the treatment. And not only if the doctor doesn't help, sometimes it causes things to be even worse. And says the Bais HaLevi, and we'll conclude with Ois Chas, a short little paragraph. That's the conclusion from what we saw before. Vimkein. So based on everything we've said, and we said that fear is a self-fulfilling prophecy, and we saw that Ishtadlus is just the vehicle, but one makes it happen. And how often when one has something negative happen to him, he's fighting and he's yelling at the stick, and he's not tracing it back to Hashem. And on the flip side, when something good happens, the Ishtadlus doesn't make it happen, but rather that is just a vehicle to allow HaKadosh Baruch Hu to give. And sometimes the Ishtadlus even could go negative, and it can even cause problems. Vimkein, based on the above, you press equals on the first few days of Bais HaLevi, and there's one takeaway, says the Bais HaLevi. You rely on your ishtadlus. You rely that you have a job. You rely that you have brains. You rely that you know what's going on. You have no clue. You take a job and you're so sure it's going to pay me so much money. It's going to be this type of item. You go down this level of refuah, and we're so sure, says the Bais HaLevi. We have no clue. So yes, ishtadlus is critical. And yes, we have to do it. But more than that, we have to realize the bitachon. We have to realize that where does it all come from? What makes it all work is Ito Yisbarach HaKadosh Baruch Hu himself. And with it all, we have to keep on striving to realize, internalize, and put in our minds and in our hearts that everything only happens for one reason. If Hashem deems it as such.